Hello guys, today we're looking at the Dragon Stars Dragon Ball Super Series 5 Kale Build-A-Figure Series Cabba figure. This figure comes included with the Build-A-Figure piece to Kale, and that would be the torso, which I'll post a picture of right there. And it's pretty easy to tell why this figure comes included with the largest Build-A-Figure piece. And that's because this figure is very small, and that's because this figure really does not come with much itself, as you can see here. It comes included with 2 accessories, 4 if you include both sets of hands here. And I'll show those off. Here we can see the open palmed hands here. And then we have the other open palm hand. Good sculpt on these as usual. They do really well on the hand sculpts for whatever reason. Then we have the closed hand sculpts, which he currently has on. And you can see the side, and I'll pop one off here quick. Switch it out. As you can see, it's a very small peg on Cabba here. So there we go. So it pops on and off very easily. Then we have, sorry for that cut, he fell over mid-show, and I didn't want the loud sound of him falling over. So as again, we usually see very good sculpting on the hands. Hands are always the best part of Dragon Ball figures because they always get unique sculpts, they're always cast in really hard plastic, so they don't really have to sacrifice any of the detailing. But now that the hands are out of the way, we get to look at this figure, and boy oh boy, am I not excited to show you this one. Because this figure has one big thing going for it. It's Cabba. And like the character or not, you're not finding any Cabba figures out there aside from this. This is the only representation of this Cabba as far as I know. So if you want this Cabba, you want to display it in any fashion, you need to buy it. But really, beyond the character choice, this figure does not have much going for it. Articulation is really good though. Includes ball jointed head, ball jointed neck, ball jointed shoulders here, which they're a little locked up, but they move. Swivel bicep, only a single joint on the elbow, not the double joint like we're used to. Then we have the ball jointed wrist, swivel torso, well it's a slight ball joint, but really you only get a swivel out of it. Ball jointed hip, single jointed knee, again not double jointed, and then you have your ball jointed ankles. So really it features kind of a discount version of articulation. You're missing out on the double elbows and the double knees, and you can say to yourself, well, it's a smaller figure, you can't really expect that articulation at his scale, but they really could have fit it in, especially with the lack of detail that's already in the arms. I mean, if you look around at this figure, you don't scream to yourself, wow, how did they cram all that detail into such a small sized figure? It's like I'm looking at the digital model from the Dragon Ball games itself. I don't know, but yeah, they definitely did not do so well on this figure sculpt. There's not really anything they truly missed, but the sculpt does not do it any favors. All the lines are very smoothened over, nothing is too crisp. The best part I'd say is the head sculpt, and the hair is cast in a separate piece, but then it looks like the hair is painted this really weird glossy yellow. Like, it doesn't look like it's a nice cast. It definitely looks to be a painted part, so I'm not sure why they cast it in a separate piece and then painted over it. But the sculpt on the hair itself is nice. The sculpt on the head is also nice. But one of the ultimate problems I have with this figure is the scale. Obviously he looks more dainty, more small than your typical Dragon Stars figure. But, move the camera back a little bit here. And here he is next to Blue Vegito. So he is a smaller figure. They did get his scale fairly accurate. He could have been a little shorter, but overall I'm pretty okay with it. I think he's a little tall, but that may be just me. He looks okay-ish here next to Vegito or Goku. It's once you get to the shorter figures like Vegeta where he looks a little bit off. But anyways, here he looks fine. But, I mean, you just have to look at the figures and say to yourself, these cost the same amount of money. Like, look how much extra detail you get in this. You get all this nice cloth detail, whereas his leggings have nothing. There's no detail on that. His tabards are just single lines. There's no detail on that. His face isn't really well done. He doesn't have any nice earring detail. His face is okay, but the rest of the body just fails. And then finally, his paint job isn't even that perfect. As you can see here, there's little spray over on the legs, and the neck paint, well, the chest paint, doesn't match the neck. So it's just a combination of a whole lot of flaws that really build up this figure to make it, I'd say, the weakest Dragon Stars we've gotten yet. And it's because of all these flaws that I've mentioned, and just the overall size of the figure. Because again, $20 figure, $20 figure. And the Build-A-Figure part is a little bigger. Yes, it's more than just an arm or a leg or a head, but I don't know. I really wish we could have gotten some crazy hands with this guy, or at least something interchangeable. But then again, he's the only Cabba you can get, so you may just be forced to buy him. I mean, I bought him, so look at me. Anyways, this figure gets a 5 out of 10 because overall it just feels, it's too lightweight to be a $20 in the $20 line. They should have given us something. Maybe they should have done this and like give us some Super Saiyan effects, something like that. Just something to sweeten the purchase a little bit aside from just the Build-A-Figure part. Thanks for watching.